Okay, dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Can you all hear me? Please raise your hands. Okay, Muna, you can also hear me? She's not responding. I think she's away, or maybe something. Okay, let's start. So this is the course of Introduction to Databases and level 5 course. So in this virtual session, I'm going to give you introduction to this course. So last time, day before yesterday, in our face-to-face class, I told you about the syllabus of this course. So, and we started with our introduction, my and yours, and we are familiar with these others. So I'll repeat the syllabus I shared with you in the face-to-face class in this virtual session as well. So if you have missed something, then you can get it, and you can ask me questions if you had something in mind. And hopefully you have explored Blackboard a little bit and you are getting familiar with the contents. So try to be familiar with the contents of this course, your Blackboard, any changes made to the Blackboard, and the book, and your assignments before week 2. So let me share the my application. Okay, this is the course information of this course. So I told you that this is also a level 5 course. The course title is IT 244. Code is 244 and course title is Introduction to Databases. It's a 3-credit-hour course, 1 face-to-face class and 1 virtual session. And prereqs for this course is CS 141. So in this course we are going to study the basic concepts of database systems and architectures. So what is database, why it is required, what are the common database architectures available. Then we'll be knowing about entity relationship models, what are entities, what sort of relationships can exist between different entities, how database is maintained, and then we'll be studying about different data models, where we'll be seeing some basic relational models of databases. Then we'll see how the databases can be designed, how normalization is done, how the decomposition is performed, and then how we resolve the problems arising because of dependencies among data items, and then how to ensure the integrity of database. So we'll be saying all these things, and then we'll be saying how databases can be implemented, what are the option available, what are the we'll be saying that how object-oriented databases can be designed, and then we'll be saying that how these object-oriented databases are actually implemented. So the textbooks for this course, I told you, this is database system concepts. It's a very basic book of to know about basics of database systems. It's international 6th edition, and the author name is Silver Schwartz. This is a very good book, and it's a textbook. You must acquire this book before week 2. So at the end of this course, the learning outcomes which is going to be are you will learn about database concepts, systems, and architectures. You learn about entity relationship, their relationship models, and a language which is called SQL, that is for sequential query language. That is a query language I told you in class 2 that it is used to access items from the database. Then you will be learning about different designs of a database, how you can start the design from a conceptual design, and then you implement those database schemas. So we'll be knowing about all these things in this course. So the major topics which are to be covered in this course, we'll be seeing them one by one. So first we'll be exploring database systems. So we'll be saying, or we'll see what is database and what is database system. So database system is actually a collection of interrelated data items. So why we need to have a database? Because of the drawbacks of the file systems used to store data. There are some problems in your hard disk when you save your data that is in the form of files. So there are some problems of those file systems, because of which we switch towards the database management systems so that we can access the data items more quickly. We can allow concurrent accesses, we can solve security problems. So, and we can see that databases are everywhere, all around. We see when different applications of database can be in the banking sector. When we perform different transactions, we enter our give our ATM card, enter the PIN code number. So it is authenticated from somewhere. So our information is stored in some database at the end, at the back end of the database maintained by bank, and then we perform some transaction. We actually send query to the bank database, and that gives us response, and we are successful in performing our transaction. So similarly, in airlines, when we are making reservations for airlines, we are checking the schedules. All these information is stored in a database, and we are retrieving from there. Similarly, when you are registering your courses and you are getting your grades from the university website using the tool, so it means university has maintained a database of your information. So all your related information, your ID, your name, your subjects registered, your scores, your GPAs, so grades, all these things are kept in a database, and when you try to register or enroll in something, the basics, some queries is executed, and the information is retrieved, is written to or read from the database. Then applications of databases are in sales, in online retailers, or in manufacturing, in human resource departments as well, where information of employees are kept. So when I'm saying databases, so it means the database can be very large as well. Like a database can be of a limited number of items, and it can be of a very large number of items as well. So in today's world, the databases are in all aspects of life. Whenever we are enrolling to a course, we're going to the bank, going to the airport, going to some store, we are going to the hospital. All the information is kept in the form of databases. So when we say that we are moving towards the databases, so there are multiple models in which databases can be kept. So when we are talk about models, it means we are going to collect tools to describe what is data, what is the kind of data, what is the relationship among different data items, what is the semantics of data, and what are the constraints. So we can make different models, like we can make a relational model, or we can make an object-based model, or we can make a semi-structured data model, which is in the form of textual. You don't need to worry about the new terms I'm telling over here, because these are the part of the course which I'll be teaching you throughout the semester. So initially, if you find some terms difficult or you have questions, you can ask now as well, but you can we'll be talking more about these things throughout the semester. So when we say the most important thing, right, when you have designed a database according to some model, you have defined your data, you have identified the relationships. Then another thing is how to access the data. So in a database, when the items are stored, sometimes you want to read data according to some, for example, I want to know that how many students are registered in this course. So this will be my query, that I want to know how many students are registered in this course, in Introduction to Databases course which I am teaching. My query can be, who is the instructor of this course taught in the MOM campus, or my query can be, who is teaching this course to the student. So the query can be of any kind. There are many different queries which you can give to your database, and your database should give you an answer to it. So a language which is used to access items from your database is sequential query language, which gives you different like you can give, there is a certain format of this language. Like every programming language, this is a query language in which you give your query using some words and then some fixed words, and then you can access the database. So I'm not using very complex terms in today's lecture to I don't want to confuse you. So when you say that I am going to use a query language, so in this course we'll be studying SQL language, we'll be seeing how SQL works. Then once you have written a query, another important thing which is to be done is to optimize your query, how to write the query accurately in the optimized way to extract the information you require in the shortest amount of time and as accurately as possible. So this can be done through query optimization. And then you also have to see that once you have given your query, once you have optimized it, how your query is actually processed. So you should know about it as well, and you will be saying it. Then you will see that how the transaction is performed and how it is managed by your database system. So how the concurrency is managed. So concurrency, once concurrent request for same data item arrives, two people want to write to the same cell or to the same location at the same time. So what will happen? So two people are trying. One is trying to read from a cell, and one is trying to write to a cell. So how this is actually performed? So we'll be studying about it as well. Then we'll be also be saying that different architectures of databases available. Like a database can be a centralized database. It can be a client-server database. It can be a parallel database with multiple processors, or it can be a distributed database. A distributed database will be located at multiple locations. It will be distributed, or same location but on different systems. So the database can also be distributed. So then we also see that how these different forms of database architectures actually work when you send a query. So how this actually works. So database systems actually started quite earlier, you can say in 1950s or 1960s. And in today's world, we are now talking about a large storage systems, and we are in the era in which we talk about cloud computing and cloud storage. So the actual database systems started in 1950s, and it's 2014, and these things are quite matured now, and different organizations are maintaining large databases. So we'll be seeing all these things in this course. The grading, now after seeing the major topics, now let's move to the grading aspect. So this course requires the coursework, which consists of assignments, quizzes, projects, case studies, discussions on discussion boards, which I'll be posting from time to time. So you have to participate in those discussions. So this actually contributes to up to 25% of your total marks. So I want to say that be very particular about submitting your assignments on the Blackboard. And besides Blackboard, I'll be giving you some more assignments as well. So ensure that you do all the assignments and submit timely. Then you perform the case studies given on the Blackboard, and be regular in attending your classes, as you know that it is very important to attend all the face-to-face classes, and participation in virtual lectures is also very important. Then 25% weight is of midterm exams. So there will be one midterm exam of total 25% weightage. then there will be final exam of total 50% weightage. So this is the actual course distribution. Okay, now I want to tell you that you should have access to the textbook. You should explore the course material placed on your Blackboard before our next face-to-face class. And from the things I have just told you, or I have told you in class, if you have any question, you can ask me over here. So I'm open to all the questions. Yeah, one of the person has asked, are we going to study SQL language? Yes, you will be studying SQL language over here. But remember, this is not a programming language. This is a query language. So when you are studying a programming language like you have studied Java, you learn how to program, how to write instructions and perform something. In this SQL language, you will be studying how to access what query you need to write to access what kind of data. So you will be studying SQL here, so which is not very complex. As with the passage of time, you will be learning about it. That it's not very difficult. So if you have done Java, so you can do it very easily. So any more questions? Okay, students, I am available here to answer your questions. So please see the syllabus file again, or see the syllabus over your Blackboard again, and you can ask me questions. I'm available. Just send me a message or raise your hand, then you can ask me questions. Okay, I'm waiting. Thank you. So if you have got the same edition of book from the internet, that's fine. So if you want to are comfortable with ebook, you can use that ebook as well. And if you are comfortable with hard copy, then you can get the hard copy from any bookshop. So it's up to you. But I'd say that get your book before week 2.